what's up, everybody? Good morning. It's your boy Q, and I'm here with the MTG crew. My boy Hendrix and my girl Miss Mo Swag. Y'all, Mo Swag is on time. Hell done froze over. It's official. Hell froze over in the summertime. Good morning, crew. What's going on with you?
Good morning, everyone.
Mo, congratulations.
Thank you.
You have completed another successful school year.
Yeah,
Congratulations. Are
I
you excited?
slept for 14 hours.
Mm.
No, because we have in service, so we got to go back. Ain't that something?
I ain't mad at you.
And
I
then
mean,
you
at
got
least you
some
ain't got to be bothered
school.
with no
Ain't that
kids.
something?
You're not dealing with no curriculum. You're not dealing with grading papers. None of that.
Yeah. So congratulations to
That's
you, Mo.
true. But I'm dealing with that drive.
Mm.
Thank you.
So y'all gonna remain
you.
at that school district. Am I correct in saying that y'all gonna stay
Thank
at that
you.
school district?
I'm ex-
Okay, Mo, you breaking up. Say it again.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Good job, Mo. Good job. What's going on, y'all? Y'all
Can't
tell
hear
me
you.
what's up. How's the week going for y'all? What's up? Catch me up.
Can't hear
I'm
you.
just trying to recover from vacation.
Let's hear about your vacation since you decided to
Okay, can
show
you hear
us.
me?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Nobody want to hear about your vacation. Nobody want to hear about your vacation.
Well, actually, Mo, it was not a
It ain't
vacation
right.
per se. I actually had to go down to St. Lucia for my buddy from college. It was his wedding. So the wedding and
It was a wedding. It's a destination. Was it a destination wedding?
yes, it was a destination wedding.
Well, how
Yes.
was the wedding? It was a good wedding, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I mean,
No one
considering
wants to hear
everything.
about a destination wedding in a beautiful place.
I wish I had controls because I would mute her ass right now so I could finish my thoughts. Oh, but yeah, it was a good wedding. Honestly,
And we here
it
in the
rained,
smog. Ain't got no ocean. Landlocked.
but we were out. It was of it was supposed to be actually on the beach, but because it kept raining on and off, we moved the location. It was good that we did because during the wedding it didn't rain. But you know, after weddings you have like cocktail hour where the bride and groom they take their pictures and then people kind of mix and mingle before the reception. So during the cocktail hour, it started pouring down rain. Now there was another wedding on the opposite side of the resort, and they said, "Freak it, we gonna chance it." And they did their wedding ceremony. It was great, no rain, nothing during cocktail hour because both the weddings were scheduled to happen at the same time, just on opposite sides of the resort. So
Mm.
during cocktail hour, like I said, it rained. Their cake, everybody got wet. It was a whole shenanigan for that other party. But for us, because we played it safe, we didn't have any problems. We didn't have any problems. And then during the reception, um, it started raining a little bit, but because we had a covered what do they call them things, Mo? Gondola? No, pergola? I don't know.
Hmm.
It was covered. So we were cool. And then the crazy part is the turn up was so real. They had 3 other weddings come crash the wedding I was at because everybody was so crunk. But nobody cared though. The bride and groom didn't care. They was like, forget it. Everybody having a good time. Come on and join us. Come on, y'all have fun. The other wedding that was occurring at the same time, their guests had got all wet, so they went and changed, and then they came back down and they saw, the reception that we were at was jumping, so they just joined ours, and it ended up being like 4 wedding parties at one reception, and it was actually a good time. It was a good time. I'm glad I went. I don't like people like that, but I'm glad I went because I went with a bunch of my college buddies and stuff, and
Right.
it was a good time. So all in all, a good time.
Man, I'm glad you had a good
Good.
time. Real quick, shout out to
Good.
let me get this young lady's name real quick. She is I wouldn't say a new MTG fan, but she also has her own podcast as well that I know that we're gonna probably be getting together right here in Dallas. Miss Nakia Nickel, thank you so much for your instant messages. I just got them, and yeah, charge to my head, not my heart. I'm not on Mash Gas's instant message a lot. So you got the number, hit us up. We definitely gonna be getting together sometime soon. So, I can put your crew and my crew and let's see what kind of craziness we can come up with because your crew look crazy too. So it look crazy too. Let's do something this summer sometime. Maybe when we get back from break or something like that. Let's do it. Reggie, also the Lupus Walk is next Saturday, man. Let's talk about the Lupus Walk. Give us a little information so we can know what we need to do because we're not gonna be on live like this Saturday, but we'll be live at the walk. So what we got coming?
So really all you need to do is just show up. It's at 8 o'clock. We got the address and stuff posted. If not, we'll post it down in the comments below. Just show up and support. Y'all don't really know what people go through. And I keep going back to, the first time we did the Lupus Walk because it was Q's first time. Like he saw me dealing with it. Q had seen me dealing with it, but I didn't think he understood the severity. And if you don't know, just come out and you will see. I know there's been a couple more people that have been recently diagnosed. I'm encouraging them to come out. They may not walk, but just come out for a support network. Because everybody's dealing with things in a different manner. Everybody does things differently. But it's a great way to network and support each other. And then, like I said, you always have the option to donate. Anything, $1, 5, 10, 20, 50, whatever is put on your heart, you can actually even donate at the Lupus Walk itself. So just go ahead and come out, enjoy yourself, meet some good people. It's not gonna last long, so it don't last long because everybody
don't last long at all.
lupus, people with lupus, you kind of in and out. You do your thing and you're gone. Because most of us gonna spend the rest of the day probably in bed. That's just the reality of it. So yeah, come on out, join us. Like I said, we had information posted on the Master Gas Entertainment Facebook page. It's on our Instagram, our Twitter. So, if you don't have the information, go to one of our social media accounts and you can get the information real quick. We'll be posting it in the comments as well for this show. So, catch the show, go down in the comments. If you like and subscribe to us, you'll get all the notifications anyway. So it won't even be a problem. See how I did that, y'all? Y'all like that smooth transition?
Smooth transition. Okay, so speaking of smooth transitions, real quick, Monique, Mo Swag. Today or tomorrow is
Yes,
a
sir.
special day. Tomorrow is a special day. Would you let everybody know what tomorrow is?
Tomorrow is Breonna Taylor's. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you stuck like this in profile.
I got it, Q. So tomorrow is Breonna Taylor's birthday. We want to make sure that we keep this young lady in our thoughts and prayers, her and her family. because still to this day, no one has been held accountable for her death. It's a very, very sad thing when, you know, the people that are supposed to protect and serve us actually kill us. Now, being a Black person in this country, it's not a surprise, but how are you in your home, not breaking any rules, not breaking any laws, and you still get killed by the police? It's a sad, sad situation, and nobody's being held accountable. So that's why we're going to keep this lady's young name in the forefront, and we're going to do everything to make sure that she is not forgotten about, her and her family are not forgotten about, and until justice is served, we're going to keep saying her name, Breonna Taylor.
Absolutely, absolutely. Happy birthday, Brianna. Again, we'll shout out to her family, her friends and loved ones. Again, the city of Louisville, Kentucky. All the entire community as a whole. You know, it's a sad day. That has not happened. No one has been convicted at all. Nobody, and it's sad. But all love and our prayers go to her
It is.
family, and all that good stuff. And again, we just got to be vigilant. We got to keep our eyes open and get your ass up and go vote. Period. Get up and
Yep.
go vote. You got to do that. You got to do that.
Speaking about that, and I know this is going to kind of switch things up a little bit, but I have been seeing these stickers on gas stations with Joe Biden's picture talking about I did that, right? And I know who
Really?
it is. Yeah, they got Joe Biden sticker with his face talking about I did that, and it's pointing to gas prices, right? Here's the thing: it's easy to blame the president. That's an easy
Right.
one to do. But what those people refuse to realize is that when the Democrats in the House of Representatives and the Senate proposed a bill to prevent price gouging of oil and gas, guess how many Republicans voted for it? Not one. Zero. So it's not the president that did this. It's Republicans in the Congress that have prevented price gouging from occurring. And that's exactly what's going on. So you want to blame high gas prices on somebody? No. Look at your state representatives and the House of Representatives, your senators. If you're in a Republican state, they're the ones to blame. Point blank, period. End of story. So you want to blame the president for everything because he's not of your party. But when Trump was president, everything going on, you want to ignore it. Let's just be honest and keep it fair. You're going to judge, keep it fair, and use the same scale. And if that's the case, use that same judge and that same scale that you're judging at, point it at yourself and see where you come out.
Agreed. Definitely agreed. Real quick, y'all, before today's show, Mo, I think you like this title. I think you might like it. Loose lips sink ships. Loose lips sink ships. Now, before we get into, because y'all know we're gonna talk about this DL and Monique situation, we're gonna talk about it the best way that we know how to talk about it until Mo get her shit together. I'm gonna take on out of there. But we're gonna talk about it. But before we do that, I got something for y'all. Now this popped up on my popped up in the popped up in the group or whatever. I don't know what's going on with Mo. Popped up in the group or whatever that came to me, and this is an actual ranking of cities in the United States, the top 50 states who have the worst rat infestations. I am proud to say that Dallas is not one of them. I ain't saying that Dallas don't have rats. I'm just saying that we are not one of them. But I'm not gonna go through all 50 of them, Reggie. I'm not gonna go through all 50 of them. But what I really, really want to do is go through the top 10. And I think that if I could do the top 10 as soon as they finish loading, I think if I can do the top 10, then it's gonna give people an insight as to making sure that you can do your best to try to keep your place clean and invest in rat repellent. I'm just saying. Okay, so let me see. Are you gonna take me all the way down? Are you gonna give me my list? Let's see what we're gonna do, Reggie. Let's see. I'm on 44, so it's going down. But I can definitely tell you that it is 50 cities, including Houston, Albuquerque. I'm just thinking like Houston, but I like Galveston, Bay, Kima. Yeah, that makes sense. I can get that. And let me see. Phoenix, Arizona, number 43. I mean, who would have known Phoenix has a rat infestation? I mean, that's crazy. I mean, that is crazy. Charlotte, North
No, it's not.
Carolina is on there. I'm just like, Charlotte? Charlotte is too pretty for that. I love Charlotte. Like for real. Okay, Mo is bopping her head like the old woman at the church. Like I'm ready to go now.
Mhm. All right.
Are you
So
Can you hear me?
Mo? Yes. So I'm pulling up these top 10 real quick, and as soon as they come on up, we'll go ahead and talk about it. But I can't believe that. Well, I can't believe it. But New York is not number one.
mm-mm.
New York is not number one, and they're number three, but they're not number one. They're not number one. They're number three though.
Right.
But
So
they're not
Q,
number one. Let me see.
let me
Portland, Maine is one of my favorite cities too, which I love to visit. But I can't believe that Portland, Maine have a rat infestation. Well,
let me
yes, I can because they're on the water.
yeah. So let me put something to your brain real quick, right?
Hmm.
Of the top 10 cities, which one is not near a major body of water, whether man-made or natural?
Let's see. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So you testing my geography, my
Right.
geographer.
So you talk about
Yeah,
Phoenix is on the list, right? You
Phoenix
think
is on the list.
Phoenix is on the list, and what other places you say? Albuquerque.
Albuquerque.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Now, what you have to remember, these places are in the desert, quote unquote desert, right? But what you don't think about is
Right.
the major waterway that feeds those areas. This is why Charlotte's on the list. This is why Portland's on the list. This is why Houston's on the list. A reason New York is on the list. So you got to think about this when you're taking all of this into account. They have they have major water sources that are, and I'm not going to say stagnant per se, but they have places where water pools and doesn't flow well. Now, most people think, well, what about Dallas? Dallas isn't on the list. Why is that? But if you look at Dallas and the way Dallas and the DFW area is set up and the way the waterways are,
I
the
found it.
waterways, the
I
major
found
waterways
Dallas.
are, huh?
I found Dallas. It's number
Yeah,
20.
right. And so
But we're surrounded by water. Yeah,
right.
that makes sense.
It's not a surprise at all because one of the things that vermin like is water. So you have major waterways, major water water what's the word I'm looking for? Water pooling. But the reason Dallas and the DFW area is probably not as high is because our water sources and the population are spread apart for the most part. They're not on each
Hmm.
other, on top of each other, right? So let's
Right.
just say if DFW, like downtown Dallas, you had a Trinity River flowing right around downtown Dallas, but then you have the levees and all this wide open space before you get to a populated area. That's what happens. You look at some place like Portland and Houston, and that water is right next to major population centers. This is why they have a huge rat infestation. And of course, New
And
York,
New
it's
Orleans.
like New
And New
Orleans.
Orleans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same. So no, like I said, any of those top 10 that do not have a major water system right next to them, it's not gonna happen.
I
Not
was
gonna
about to say, I got the top 10. Number
Yeah.
10 is Cleveland, Ohio. Water.
happen. Water.
Water. Like right on the water. Right
Hmm.
on the water. Number 9. Ooh, Denver, Colorado.
Again, waterways right on the
Water.
water.
Yeah. Water. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's number 9. Oh yeah. Detroit. The
Again,
little D.
little
That's the
D.
little D, not the big D. We the big D. They the little D. Water. A lot of water. A lot of water.
Chicago.
Mo.
Where's
Mo.
Chicago?
Oh wow. Mo, give me a minute. Stop ruining the surprise. Philly.
Well, you read slow.
No,
Philly.
I'm going
Ooh,
according
Philly.
to how
Yeah.
the page is loading, Mo. Philly is number 7. Let me see. Number 6. Oh wow. Baltimore. B more. Yeah, makes sense. 5 is San Francisco.
Ooh, yes. Yes.
4, of course,
Yeah.
Washington D.C. Yeah, I know that. Number 3, New York
Yeah.
City.
Oh yeah.
Like I
Oh,
said.
yeah.
Number 2, L.A. Los Angeles,
Yeah.
California, and number 1, the city that has the most rat infestation, Chicago, Illinois.
New Orleans.
Chi-town. Yeah, I kind
Chicago.
of can believe that.
Well, you know what?
the rat
What it is? All them dead bodies in them houses. I didn't see that one. I didn't see that coming. Even though you read slow, I didn't see that coming.
Chicago's number 1, Mo. Chicago is number 1. All right,
But-
so
And again, Q, I didn't see the list, but what do all those cities have in common?
water.
Right
They
on
got,
water.
They got water. A lot of water. So we didn't mention on last week. We talked about the school shootings in Uvalde, Texas, a little bit. Just to let you guys know, just a slight update on that real quick. The actual Uvalde student staff. This is according to KXAN-NBC.com. That Uvalde students and staff will not return to Robb Elementary School after the superintendent, Dr. Harrell, has announced that they will be tearing the school down. So they will not be returning to the school. They're shutting the school down because Mo, safety hazards, and check this out, Mo, that say that the school was just about already inhabitable. So you mean to tell me now, Mo, you a teacher? You mean to tell me, Mo, that they'll let these kids go to school in places that are damn near condemned? And if the shooting wouldn't have happened, you mean to tell me you would have turned around and sent them kids right back to that same dirty ass school? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what y'all saying?
I don't understand the question because Flint still has dirty water.
Hit that bell. Hold on. Let me get my bell.
Name of the show, Loose Lip Sync Shift. I don't understand, Mo. So Flint don't have no water. They do have rat infestation. They are on the list. But they don't have no water. Clean water. And
And
Uvalde,
drinking water.
And Uvalde got regular schools. Somebody have to go shoot people up for y'all to do away with a condemned building damn near. Great job, Greg. I just great job. Fucking great job.
Sometimes Q, your questions I know are rhetorical, but okay. Now we always follow the money, right? And you consider the source, right? So let's follow the money. Are those kids black, brown, or white?
They're brown.
Okay. I don't understand where your question came from.
I'm just saying, Mo, because Uvalde, not only that Uvalde, what county is them people in? Whatever county Uvalde is in, that city alone, Mo, has not only voted for Donald Trump, but they voted for Greg Abbott. You say follow the money.
They what?
They voted, majority of that county voted for Donald Trump and Greg Abbott in the last governor.
They don't have no money in Uvalde.
Well,
yeah, they vote for him because they vote for him because they believe they're better than and that they won't be treated like the. But instead,
Oh,
they don't have any money. Their property taxes are low, so their salaries for their teachers and staff administrators are lower than the neighboring counties. But you're going to send your prayers out to them. You're going to hope that they do better, and what's going to happen is nothing.
agreed. Definitely agreed, Mom.
I mean, y'all, everybody keeps talking about all these mass shootings and how this is horrible and the bombings, but what about the 19 kids in Oklahoma City?
Yeah.
And I ain't even gonna mess with y'all and make y'all Google the 4 little black girls in the church bombing. Nobody was, cared about that. So I mean, we told y'all that they were killing kids, and y'all still didn't care. Whether they use AKs, whether they use bombs, whether like the man in with the school children with the Amish, they don't care. They didn't even care about the kids in Connecticut, and those folk had disposable income and dollars, and that was a really nice school district. I'm talking about money wise and per capita, and when you're spending per child. But honey, look, the only time they'll care, evidently they don't care when kids get killed because they keep killing them. But the only time they're going to care is when it hurts their pockets. That's all. We have to accept it. We have to pray for it, and we have to move on. It makes no sense. You can't make it make sense because it's all about dollars. They don't care. When y'all understand that they don't care about you, decisions.
Yep.
I agree.
Sense? No?
I agree. So shout out, and prayers again to all of the families out there in Uvalde. That's the only thing we can do is send our condolences and prayers and pray to God that nothing like that happens again. But however, unfortunately, I can say securely without even blinking too much that this will happen again. We don't know where, we don't know when, but it's going to happen again. And somebody said at
That's
one
right.
time I heard that this they won't care until it happens to their children. Well, they probably won't.
True.
They
That's
probably
not true.
won't.
That's not true.
They probably
They're not
won't.
gonna care because it don't, like Mo said, it don't impact their pocketbook. So
Agreed.
This is why I be telling people, like, it's good to be emotional about stuff, and it's good to be like passionate. But at the end of the day, big money moves don't give a damn about feelings. Big money moves care about making money, and that's it. So until you start impacting pocketbooks, ain't nobody gonna give a damn. And they gonna say, "Oh, we send our thoughts and our prayers," and it's a mental health issue. Look here. Explain to me why. Again, I'll go down this list again. Dude had a $70,000 pickup truck, no driver's license. He bought each one of those ARs that he bought cost $5,000 a piece. Then he had body armor. So you looking at easily $150,000. And you 18. You don't have a driver's license. But where you get $150,000 from?
From your grandparents who are trying to appease you, because when the mother was interviewed, she looked like a poster child for crack and meth together. She looked like, when you looked up crack and you looked up meth, and you saw her picture right there. She couldn't string a sentence together for nothing. And I was like, the boy, he was doomed before the beginning. It was ridiculous. And that grandma and grandpa, and then when the grandfather was interviewed, he's like, I feel sorry because we grew up with most of those kids, those are grandkids of his generation. And he's like, well, I'm just going to try to see about my wife in the hospital. She's in critical condition. Man, if you don't get it, why would you answer that? Why would you say that? I know there are people who are not very well, he was in the moment, but just shut up. Don't talk about how 19 kids are killed, but you're just trying to go home, trying to go to the hospital to see your wife who was shot in the face because y'all gave that boy everything he wanted. Because y'all didn't do right by his mom. But you know what? I digress. I'm a little different. I know I'm hard.
Here's the funny part, though, and it's not funny, but this is the interesting part, right? So they had this thing, in Tulsa just a few days ago. There was another mass shooting at a hospital, right?
Yes.
And they thinking, oh, well, this time a black guy did it, so it's gonna be changes. No, it's not gonna be any changes. Again, big money moves, don't give a damn. Because, and again,
he bought his guns 2 hours before.
2 hours.
Okay, Reggie, what am I doing wrong? Because I go by mine, I mean, not that I have any, Reggie, but when I go to the place, I got to go to the computer, answer the questions, which are stupid, and I still have to wait. GT Distributors may have made me wait 8 months for a particular piece. They may have. I mean, that's what I hear. But I don't get to walk in and walk out like I'm going to Kohl's and buying some shoes. I don't get that. What am I doing wrong, Reggie? What?
Here's the thing. And this is where I'm a firm believer in having background checks done and making people have insurance. However, if you are depending on the state that you're in, right? It depends on the gun law. So some gun laws, they will do an instantaneous background check on you. If nothing comes up, they'll only do a local background check. They won't do a federal background check. So for me, because I am licensed to carry, then I can walk in any store and I can get a firearm and walk out in probably about an hour, just depending on how long it takes me to do paperwork and how long it takes to process payment. But there's been a background check done on me as well. There's been a thorough background check that gets done every 5 years because I have to renew my license.
Okay, so I need the license because I think me and the ATF man are dating because, honey, when I tell you that they had so many questions and I know that paperwork goes through, I thought I was going to get a birthday gift from him because I was like, baby, it's been 8 months. I thought I was going to get a birthday gift.
No, you was making a baby, Mo, making a baby.
I really was. And then, Reggie, sometimes I heard, I'm not sure, if the modifications have to be made, then it takes a little longer. But me, the ATF and GT Distributors, I think it's a threesome, a thruple, a threesome or something. Because it takes me forever when I'm going in, and you know what, Q, what I'm gonna start doing at GT Distributors? I'm gonna start going in there and take my lunch. I'm just gonna take my lunch.
Yeah. Well, see, and here's
take Starbucks.
Yeah. Here's the funny part, Mo. So, like, when I go up in there, they know me, and they already have my information on file. So I just have to repeat the information for the firearm that I'm deciding to purchase at that point in time. They got all my information on file. It runs, honestly, I'm looking at maybe, like I said, maybe an hour from the time I walk in the door to the time I walk out, and it's just depending on how crowded it is and how long it takes me to fill out the paperwork. But it's not easy. However, it shouldn't be that easy for just a random person to do. Like, if you have background checks, you have all these things in place, and that's not going to stop everything, right? You got to look at it as the 80-20 rule. If you have all these hurdles in place, that'll help stop a large percentage, things will go down. The other thing that I feel like we need to start doing is, just like you have a car, you have to get car insurance. You have to get that vehicle inspected on a regular basis. I don't see why you don't have firearm. Well, they offer firearm insurance, but it's not required. You should have to do firearm insurance and have to get them inspected on a regular basis. You can have it, but you have to go through all these hurdles. And there's no way, for me at least, like, you buy a new firearm and you go buy you buy a new firearm, nobody knows about you, and then you go buy like 500 rounds of ammo. that should be a red flag. It should be a red flag. Now, you go in and you buy a firearm and you do like, 50, 100 rounds, but you need to break the firearm in. That's normal because, okay, you got to break it in, you got to shoot, and that's not that big of a deal. But people that are not gun owners and aren't in the realm, they think that they had 100 rounds, they had like a stockpile. 100 rounds is 2 boxes of ammo if you're doing a pistol. It's 5 boxes of ammo if you're doing a rifle. That's not a lot of ammo. Most of the time when I go to the gun range, I blow through easily 200-300 rounds. Easy. And that's without even thinking about it.
And especially if you're out in the country, from what I hear, every time, because the targets keep getting further and further, and when you wear glasses, you be like, wait, where's the target? I mean, so from what I heard, that's what I was listening to the people.
And this is the other thing. This is the other thing, Mo. Let's just say you have an optic or you have a scope on your firearm.
Come on.
You have an optic or a scope on your firearm. That takes you about 10 to 15 rounds to get it zeroed in to where it's good. So that doesn't matter whether you're hunting or whatever sport you're using it for, or even if you're just shooting for fun, as a hunt of shooting. I mean, the sport of shooting. It takes you about 15 to 20 rounds to kind of zero your firearm in to get it accurate. So when you start thinking about these numbers, 100 rounds is not a lot. It really isn't.
It's not. And then when you're trying to zero that little thing in with that little cross thing, it always helps. Thank you, Jesus, that you got somebody who's a sharpshooter in the military, because you'd be like, what? Why is the thing's not, once again, 100 rounds gone? They'd be like, oh, we don't like taking you. That's what I heard. They don't like taking you places out in the country.
Yeah.
And when, because.
Well, y'all, tell y'all what, real quick, we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we're going to go ahead, What'd you say, Mom? Oh.
You want to talk about your friend Monique?
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Talk about your friend Monique.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna take a break first because I gotta take a break. With this one. Yeah. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. I'm gonna play the we're gonna play Happy Hour with Hendrix video real quick. Make sure you check out Happy Hour with Hendrix on Wednesday nights. On this coming Thursday, this Stupid is Real. I will have a special guest on my show this week, y'all. It's gonna be good because we're gonna talk about it this week. But y'all hang on.
At least you're gonna have a guest. At least you're gonna have a guest on your show since you forgot about mine. All right, let's take a break now.
Yeah, hands up in the air, they gun me down. I keep it 100, they crunching the numbers, I'm getting out. Young nigga got a fetish for success. If I ain't next, and I just leave him pressure. Next to rain, all they window pane, puffy plain Jane. Let them second guess me, wanna cop the Porsche with the Porsche in the skin. Whip the wheels, let the horses spin. Why they trash to the chore on my list? Out of this orbit, I saw with the pen. I'm eating good, Miss Caloric as shit. I sipped the potion and poured it. I on the tide when she poured it. Opportunity, knock at the door, then I grin. They rush for the doors, then they open like bliss.
Didn't I fix that? I thought I fixed that. And then I changed your music. I did all that, didn't I? Why didn't it do right?
Because you didn't hit the button that says update. But anyway, let's go on with this. Let's talk about your friend Monique, because you want to talk about this, and I didn't, because first of all, she got my name and she's disgracing it. Second of all, she only want to wear that one gel ponytail. Third of all, she lost 2 pounds and she thinks she's better than everybody else. Fourth of all, I like DL. Fifth of all, I like Oprah. Sixth of all, I love Tyler Perry. And seventh of all, I love D. Daniels. But go ahead, talk about your friend, because that's your friend. Let's talk about the great Monique, the comedian.
So let's talk about it. So of course, you guys know on last Saturday there was an issue or an incident, of course, where Monique the comedian, okay, Monique Hicks. That's what's on the contract. I didn't make it up. It was out there on the contract. I got all the proof I need if I need to, all over there on the messenger. However, she decided to voice her opinion about her not being the headline of the show. Came after fellow comedian D.L. Hughley in regards to whatever particular type of promotion issues, whether she was the headliner or not. Also, this has turned into a huge thing because, of course, not only in addition to Monique coming after D.L. Hughley or whatever the case is, but as Mo said, she mentioned other names like Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, and the Oprah, and I believe the list goes on. So now everybody is saying, well, everybody's like two is divided into two, or maybe three. I'm probably in the third bunch. Me, quite frankly, I don't give a damn where I'm at in the show as long as I get my money. That's where I'm at with it. People say Monique is right. Other people say DL is right. I don't give a damn who's right, really, honestly. However, what I do care about is Mo. I have to agree with Mo on this. Now, Reggie might disagree, but he might agree. I don't know. I just need her to get somewhere and sit the fuck down. That's all I just need her to do. Just get somewhere and sit the fuck down. I'm just really sick of it, quite frankly. Listen, Mo, you have to understand that you can't get into it with everybody.
She should take her meds.
Allegedly, Mo. You gotta say allegedly because you.
No. She needs to take her meds, and let me tell you why. If everybody is in the wrong, and they're only wronging you, then you better look at yourself. She dogged out her family because she was molested. Okay. But then she blamed Oprah because she let them come on the show. But you knew they were coming on the show. That's why you agreed to do this. You do this film that talks about molestation. Obviously, it had triggers for you. But then you blame the people because you didn't want to do what you had to do to get the Oscar. But you get the Oscar. Then you get upset because you don't get the money. It's an independent. The Oscar is supposed to be a segue into you getting other work. Right. But you dogged out the most popular Black people in Hollywood. And you expect people to come to you. You don't have any acting chops. The independent movie sold itself because it was talking about molestation. It was an independent. You didn't have to have box offer impressiveness.
So Mo, you don't think that her tenure on the Parkers, because I think you remember the Parkers, the spinoff of Moesha back in the day, that would not have qualified her acting chops at that point. I'm just asking the question because you know we got to play devil's advocate so we can try to hit all sides of it.
A sitcom that wasn't on one of the top 3 networks? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It wasn't on NBC. It wasn't on CBS. It wasn't on ABC. It was on the CW with a frog.
Remember, it's UPN first, but with the big U and the P in the end.
That's even worse. It was on UPN.
UPN, UPN network.
Like you people need a real station. Now, what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. Good God. Okay.
I mean, this would have sufficed as her beginning of something, but she continues, and this is what a lot of successful people do. Now, listen to me, people, because I'm not just talking about Monique. When you get to a level of success, you shoot yourself in the foot. But we people who are not in Hollywood, we do the same thing. Mm-hmm. We do well in our jobs and then we shoot ourselves in the foot because we're afraid of not failing. We're afraid of the success and how much it took to get there. So we know we have to do even more. So that's what a lot of people do. It's so obvious what she's doing. But let me tell you what she has done. She tries to rope in Black women and she calls us sis. And I want to tell her, my mom and daddy only had 2 children. I'm not related to you. And because you're a Black woman, Monique, or a Black American woman, I'm not coming to your defense because you have to give me some supporting documentation. You got played. Monique, why would you think that you would be a headliner with Dale Hughley? How would you think his radio show has over 4 million listeners a day?
A day.
Your YouTube IG has 400. It's not the same, sis. Now you want to call sis. It's not the same. His outreach is astronomical, much more than yours, Monique. My outreach is more than yours, Monique, and that's sad. But my thing is, when you talk to advertisers, Monique, the comedian, when you talk to advertisers and you speak DL versus Monique, I guess you can't, Monique, because you don't have no advertisers. You can't tell me that you thought in your little mind, even though you lost weight, that you were a headliner. Linnell could be a headliner more so than you. Come on now. This is like if she and Cedric the Entertainer.
But you know what, Mo? But see, that's not her first time though dogging out other black comedians, because you remember back a couple of years ago, Cheryl Underwood was, she is on the talk on CBS, and remember Cheryl Underwood said she heard a conversation. They didn't even know she was on the phone when they was talking about her being on the Queens of Comedy, and the things that she heard Monique say about her. And it was just like, but so is this the way that we're gonna do things? Is this the way that we're gonna behave? And you call black women sweetie and baby and my sugar dumps and all this kind of stuff, but then I'm sorry, I don't know about y'all, but I'm just really, really tired. Every time somebody black do something, everybody gotta be roped into the shit. I'm sick of that shit. Hold that person accountable for what they do. Reggie, your tongue is burning. I can tell. What you got?
Look here. It's only so many times you can scream wolf before everybody starts realizing you full of shit. You want to do, let's go blow for blow, right? Let's go blow for blow. DL, has he had major movie appearances where he was the center character? No, he has not. Has he been in several movies? Yes, he has. How many shows has DL Hughley done? Like TV shows? Think about that. Movies. He's played a few roles here and there. But DL has one thing, and he focuses on that one thing beyond anything else. His focus is he's a stand-up comedian, and he tells you this time and time and time again. Everything else that he gets is a derivative of him being a stand-up comedian, because that is his main focus. DL Hughley, one of the original kings of comedy. Who argued them men that was on that stage? Who could argue them men that was on that stage? Nobody could argue. You had Cedric the Entertainer, you had DL Hughley, you had Bernie Mac, you had Steve Harvey.
Miss Bernie.
If Bernie Mac was still alive and she would have said something like that, I can't say it.
I know, but this is the thing. If there's any doubt in your head to where you are not the best, then you're not the best. The other thing that you have to understand is that most people that are considered the best, they look up and they're getting all the accolades when they're looking around like, I ain't even did my best shit yet. Wait and see what I got for you. See, this is the problem that people in the US have. You get to a certain level and you think, okay, I made this level, now I can turn it off and I can cope. Just because you graduate high school doesn't mean you're a success. Just because you graduate college doesn't mean you're a success. Just because you get a PhD doesn't mean you're a success. that is the bottom level of the next level where you have to elevate again, right? So once you pass these milestones, they're markers. So you then, at this point, you have to buckle down and start all over again. Because just like when you're a freshman in high school, you're in a whole new territory. You're a freshman in college, you're in whole new territory. When you enter your first job after school or what have you, you enter in a whole new realm. You may get to elevate it to a certain level, and that's great, and I'm not knocking it. But once you get to that level, you have to buckle down and start over again, and the grind continues. It cannot stop because you reach a certain point, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna put it on cruise control. No, that's what happens to has-beens.
Ms. Montgomery, real quick, she says, I'm not agreeing with her behavior, but can we play devil's advocate for a quick minute and address the comments that DL made about her husband? I'm just curious about the alleged statements that she says he made about her and her husband. Okay. Oh.
No, I'm gonna cut you off right there. And okay, I feel where she's coming from. I feel you, Miss Montgomery. But watch this. If Monique hadn't opened her mouth.
Right.
About his daughter, his wife, and him being DL gay down low.
Right.
See, again,
this is what I tell people. That's right. Tell it.
Get to the root cause. Reggie, because if you take care of the root cause, then none of the other stuff matters. At the end of the day, Monique opened her damn mouth, and she shouldn't have. If she didn't want to do the show because she felt a certain type of way, walk away. How hard would it have been for you to walk away? Right?
Well, real hard with that girdle on. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, and this is because she was running across that stage like, girl, I know that's the only time you ran. But all I'm saying is, be very careful of when, and I'm telling this for folk. I'm just saying, because somebody tried to come for me the other day, and Reggie, between me and you, let me tell you what they told a coworker. They told a coworker. Help me, Jesus. Whew. They told a coworker that I didn't think Monique was that smart. I am surprised.
Mo, I understand, Mo, and you probably want to choke the shit out of him. But you know, hey,
no.
What did you do? What did you do? You walked away from it, right?
Well, no, not yet. Because
I don't think she did.
They told me this in front of a group of people. And I said, oh, really? Haven't told my husband yet, because but
I think you just told him.
Let me tell you how you come for me. This is how you come for me or anyone who's in my family. You don't.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Now I gotta make you a project.
No. Miss Montgomery says no. She said these are comments she said DL made about her and her husband years ago. Okay, so I think I know.
I know exactly what she's talking about. I know exactly
when she call him daddy. When she call him daddy, that's nasty.
Right now, again, she talking about the comments that DL made.
You remember when everything first started happening with the boycott with Netflix? I think that's what Montgomery's talking about.
But again, Monique opened her mouth and she came after DL first, right? So if there's any commonality here, watch this. All these issues that's popped up with Monique, if she had kept her mouth closed, how much of this shit would come out? See,
we wouldn't even known about the contract. None.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is the root cause of all of this. She opened her damn mouth when she shouldn't be. You talking instead of okay, because see, real people that's gonna really be about their money, they ain't gonna talk about it. They're gonna they're gonna spot you. Okay, I see how you move. I ain't fucking with you no more. I'm finna go grind over here. Fuck what you and you doing. See, you don't let your words speak for you, right? You gotta let your actions speak. Because when your actions speak for you, you ain't got to say a goddamn thing.
And let me tell you something.
And that's why I haven't responded. to that Peckerwood.
Did you say Peckerwood? Mo. Because and you know what? I want to even add to that to say this. If Netflix didn't work, fuck it, Hulu will. Paramount will.
But only if you funny. Only if you're not difficult to work with.
I think she's funny, but I think she's very difficult to work with. You think she's funny? I think she's funny.
I'm gonna show y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all she's full of shit. Gary Oldman, Mark Curry.
Love it.
Guess where they still do shows at? They still do a circuit on comedy club. They still do comedy club circuits. Period.
Yep.
Not no huge venues, just small, intimate settings. They still do this. Mark Curry has been doing it. He comes to Dallas twice a year. Gary Owens comes to Dallas 3 times a year. And I know because I'm fans at the Arlington Improv, right? Now he won't do the Addison Improv anymore. He go to the Arlington Improv.
Because that's his people. That's what his people are. And them tickets are $100, so I heard. I don't know.
Right. He's gonna be here this month, ain't
he? Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Here's the other thing. Cat Williams, right? Cat Williams comes to Texas once a year, every year at the CU Trust Verizon Theater, whatever they calling that motherfucker, right? He does Right. He does one big show every single year. But if you're a real fan of comedians, Cat Williams is in Dallas 4 to 5 times every single year.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part you don't see. You don't see the grind and the hustle that leads up to that. You just want to skip all that and get to the big show. No, you can't do that, right? You have to do the grind. And see, I'm a fan of comedy. I'm not one for music concerts. That's not my thing. But you go to comedy shows and concerts like that, I'm on them. And I know these people. Pre-COVID, you could probably catch me at a comedy show once a month, right? But here's the thing. I've seen comedians that have great shows. Mike Epps still does a comedy circuit. D.L. Hughley still does. Cedric the Entertainer when he has times, because he's expanded his business venture to include so many things, but he doesn't do it as much. But guess what? He's not doing these huge venues. He's doing like I said, at the Improv and stuff like that, where they're doing these circuits around the country. So they're staying in touch with current events, staying in touch with their audience, and they're continuing to do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is what she's missing. You have to continue to grind. I'm sorry, I have no love and no respect or no sympathy for, because you want the praise without the hard work. That's just like all these people, these kids getting trophies for participation. No, your ass get a blue ribbon, sit your ass down somewhere, and if you want a trophy, work harder.
Work hard. That's
you
right.
You want a trophy? Work harder. Be
a ribbon. Yeah. You need to be in the picture and call it a day. That's it. If you didn't produce, just be in the picture, call it a day. You don't get no ribbon. You don't get no trophy. You don't get no certificate. You're in the picture and you're like, you'll try harder next year. Because we're with a global economy. We're the only country whose children only speak one language and don't do that very well because they still have dangling participles. But I'm trying to say, Monique should do the Improv a little more because the chicken wings are good. You would think she'd want to be there a little bit more, and the nachos are good at the Improvs across the United States. I kind of thought fish with rice is kind of good, but she don't look like a fish with rice kind of chick. She looked like a big chick, and I think that she would probably like the wings. So that's why she should do the Improv. But Monique, the best of luck to you. Take your meds and have a nice day.
So I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say I like to use myself as an example. That I don't just talk about the shit, I be about the shit, right? Q, you went to high school with me. You know all the accolades. How often did I go around high school bragging about that shit?
Barely. I mean, you didn't brag really at all. When people try to give you credit, you be like, I'm good, man. It's a team effort. It's all us. It's not just me. It's everybody.
And then I'm gonna just tell you what happened. So at my job, we just passed, we passed this, huge audit. Everybody's like, oh, they're giving me praise. And it's like, it ain't me. I'm just the front man, right? It ain't me. It's a whole team effort. Like,
That's right.
I work in quality, and audits are how me and my department get graded. But if you do your job day in and day out, right? An audit is not that big of a deal. Most people think, oh shit, we got an audit coming up. No, if you do your job day in and day out, you do it right every single time, you ain't worried about an auditor coming in. You don't give a damn. So people think, oh, the FDA coming to audit, the Texas Department of Health coming to audit. Oh, you have an NSF audit, you have a USP audit. All these, I don't give a shit about none of them audits. You know what you know how my preparation for an audit is? It's clearing out my calendar and clearing out my to-do list so I have as little to do as possible doing that audit. So I can focus totally on that audit. The actual audit and the documents and stuff that they want, 90% of the time, I have all that shit on a cart. They say, oh, today's the audit day. I wheel all that shit in on one cart and say, boom. And I'm just dropping down binders in front of their ass. Here you go, here you go, here you go. Because I do my job day in and day out. See, that's where success is. That's what this generation is missing. That's what Monique is missing. You got to do the shit day in and day out. Fuck the dumb shit. Fuck the accolades. Do the shit day in and day out. If that's really what you about, do the shit day in and day out, and your work will speak for itself. You don't have to go around bragging on yourself, right? Because other people will do the bragging for you. Let your work speak for itself. Put your head to the grind, ignore the bullshit, go get yours. The accolades will come. But if you're always searching for the accolades, you have the wrong focus and you're never going to be what you truly could potentially be.
And I'm going to just throw this in there real quick. See, that's why you can't lose. That's why loose lips sinks ships. How did you lose your Vegas residency? Loose lips. You see what I'm saying? Loose lips. Running your damn mouth when it was unnecessary. And instead, just like Reggie say, listen, it's an audit coming. Reggie, you do your work behind the scenes, so that way, when it's time to present, you can present. You should have did a work. Don't rely and relax on the Oscar, because guess what? Halle Berry still had to work hard when she got hers, didn't she?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just me. Just because you got that nice, pretty gold trophy in your hand, that does not set you up for success. You got to work for it. You have to work for it. All of us got to work for it. And my thing is, you can't be in a place to say that I'm Monique and I have an Oscar and I've done this for one fucking movie that's damn near 10 years old. Gabby, I'm gonna call her Gabby because I can't really pronounce her name. She's been on. Thank you, Mo. She's been on American Horror Story. She's been on several different motion pictures, movies, grinding hard and hard. Just because you was on a movie with Mariah Carey when she played a broke down looking ass white woman, that don't mix. That does not equate to the success that she knows that she can have. And you going around here and you calling a man your husband, daddy. Let me flip this though. But then you turn around and you tell black women that black men should not run their lives. Help me understand that. But daddy, he run everything.
That's why I told you she needed chicken wing with blue cheese in her mouth because she always talking. Just eat something and shut up. Just eat something and shut up.
So
just eat something and shut up.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm done with it. And we over an hour, so I think we need to go ahead and end the show.
Yeah, we do.
For everyone out there, right? You have to understand that, and I'm not gonna say just me, but look at any industry, right? Look at those that are icons in the music industry. Look at Michael Jackson. Look at Prince. Look at U2. Look at Kiss. And I'm going to go across the spectrum, right? So no matter what our listeners listen to, you look at these artists. Look at when they got their awards and then look at how they change after. See, real people that are doing it for the love, they get better. Don't believe me? Watch this. Perfect example in the music industry. Maxwell. Maxwell don't drop an album just because they want. But every time Maxwell drops an album, how many albums has Maxwell dropped that have not gone multiple times platinum?
0.
Every single album this man has dropped has gone platinum. Maxwell disappears. He's not in the limelight. This man goes and grinds. And even at his last concert that he did here in DFW, he's like, hey, I got a new album coming. It's on the way, but it ain't right yet. It's not right yet. And until it's right with me, I'm not releasing it. That's his passion. So when you listen to this man's music, right? You listen to his music, you can feel the passion in his music about the topic. Every single song on. I can't think of one Maxwell album that you can't listen to from the beginning to the end, and not every one of them damn songs on their hit. But how many Grammys has this man won? How many Emmys? Think about this. He's not doing it for these trophies that people say, oh, you've made it. He's doing it because his fans, the people that actually matter to him, those are the ones he's trying to please. Those are the only ones that matter.
Absolutely.
Those are the only ones that matter. Right. And when you do it that way, you refocus your energy to say, hey, I'm not trying to satisfy everybody. I'm only trying to satisfy a select few. And when I satisfy this select few, he gonna make money. That man don't worry about making money. How many times you been to a Maxwell show or heard about a Maxwell show coming to Dallas or Atlanta or anywhere that hasn't been sold out weeks in advance?
Weeks in advance.
Isley Brothers. The Isley Brothers put on a show. Isley Brothers cover multitudes of generations. When the Isley Brothers put on a show that wasn't sold out?
Never. They always sell out.
Because those are baby making people. I like
Luther Vandross.
We got a little shaky with Little Luther.
Well, okay, fine. And I'll give you
it wasn't no shaky. Y'all just jealous. Y'all was just jealous because Luther was gay. He's going to be getting all the women. That's right. But anyway, the point of the matter is Luther is dead and can still sell out more than Monique the comedian can.
That's where I was going, Mo. You beat me to it. You beat me to it, Mo, but that's exactly where I was going. That's where I was going, Mo.
Yes, he can. Yes,
he can.
He could headline.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching the show on today. Real quick, before we give our encouraging words, I just want to send a quick shout out to my girl, Corey Coco Goff. She is currently number 18 in the world, talking about tennis. And she has made her first French Open final. And I'm so excited for her. She's 18 years old. She's the first teenager to make a Grand Slam final since Maria Sharapova, who was 17 back in 2004. She started her career when she beat Venus Williams at the age of 15 years old at Wimbledon. And it took her 3 years, Reggie, but she has finally made her Grand Slam appearance. I am so excited for her. She is going to be her name is Coco Goff. She's going to be kind of on my radar, of course, after Serena Williams and Venus Williams kind of go ahead and retire. I definitely like to make sure that I'm looking at her, Frances Tiafoe, Madison Keys, Sloane Stephens, all of these formidable athletes out there that I'm in love with. You know, I just want to wish her the best today because I'm going to be tuning in to see if you win your first Grand Slam. And let's give our encouraging words. Mo, I'm going to start with you first. I love that cap, by the way. I think we need to get a cap that says Q, M, and R. I think that would be great for us to have a cap that color. But let's get your encouraging words. I'm going to go to Hendrix, and then we'll close it out. All that good stuff. What you got?
M for Momentous Mo. So this is what I need people for the summer to understand. They need to understand this because they're not getting it. People are not going to like you. but you still wake up anyway. You still go to sleep. You still got your bills. Look, I tell people all the time when they tell me they don't like me. One, you can get in line by your height, your weight, your first or last name, but you're going to get in the line of a long people who don't like me from Greensboro, North Carolina, through Houston, Texas to Dallas. It's a line, people. It's a line of people who don't like me. And I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with that. But that's okay. People are not going to like you, and it's okay.
Thank you so much, Mo. We sure appreciate that. Thank you so much, Mo, because you're better in Chocolate Drops Life.
Yes, Lord.
Here's what you got.
Last time I checked, opinions don't pay bills.
Speak that.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. Listen, everybody, again, tune in this week, Wednesday, Happy Hour with Hendrix. On Thursday, it's Stupid is Red with your boy Q. Then on that following week, I'm going to make sure I remember Mo, so I'm going to set an alarm. Also, join us for the Lupus Walk this next Saturday as well, June the 11th from, I believe it's 8 to 10. And so I'm going to be out there by 7:15, 7:30, so I can make sure I'm all set and making sure I can find Reggie and making sure that we get ready to go and we can walk and we can get things together so we can encourage others and all this kind of stuff. I think Reggie's only doing a mile and a half this time. So we're going to do a mile and a half, then we're going to cut on back up, and in the walk that way.
Reggie, Q is going to do a half a mile, going to talk about his ankle, and then going to get upset. He ain't going to be there 17.
I can walk like 8 miles a day. Like if I want to. I could probably jog 2.5, but I can walk about 8 miles. We have to hear about the ankle.
We have to hear about the ankle. But have a wonderful day, y'all.
So yeah, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching again. We appreciate all that good shit while I get this video up. Mo, thank you again for a great and a wonderful school year. We really do appreciate that. I'm glad that everything was safe and okay at your school. And you guys, it's summertime. Be careful. It's going to get to 88 degrees here in the city. Get out and enjoy that weather. We'll see y'all in a minute. Peace. 여유롭게 달려와 내일은 더 빛나지 당연해 내 삶은 shine like a diamond 괜히 해서 뭐해 걱정 I got no worries no I got no worries no I got no worries no I'm shining like a diamond yeah got different view 여유롭게 teasing yeah 내 자유로운